Alrighty. Likutei Moharan Teres Zayin. So in Sif Aleph we learned that the Golus is caused by lack of Emunah. And Emunah is identical and synonymous with Eretz Yisrael, with Tefillah, and with Nisim. They're all and miracles. They're all a manifestation of one another. So after we already explained that the main Golus comes because of a lack of Emunah, and when an Emunah will be rectified, the Geula will come. You know, stands to reason. It's go work both ways. Now, it seems best the Rebbe is going to explain how you come to Emunah, how you zechet to Emunah. The only way to come to Emunah is only through emes, a mid of emes. Because the essence of Emunah is only in something that the brain does not understand. Because something that the brain understands, you don't need Emunah, right? You can see it. So how will a person ever get to Emunah? Rabbeinu says, the main thing, the main way to get to Emunah is look at the emes. Because when a person stops and separates himself from all the self-interests, all the distractions of this world, and looks at the emes la'amitoi, he will understand by himself that you need to believe in Hashem and believe in the Torah and tzaddikim amiti. It's a famous vot of Rabbeinu. Even though you cannot understand it in your own seichel, you don't understand your own seichel, still, and you still have kashas and bilbulim and confusions and that you cannot explain, that you cannot. Nevertheless, if you look at the emes and you search for the emes, you will understand from the distance that this is the emes lamita. That's what the truth is. That even though you can't understand b'seichel legamre, you should only be mischazik b'emunah shleima. But even more so, the pashtus is also like that. The emes, Rabbeinu said in Torah Kufid Beis, emes is Or Hashem. He says the emes is the seal for Kodesh Baruch Hu, the signet ring for Kodesh Baruch Hu. And when a person speaks Dibura be'emes, the Dibura emes, they shine with the light of Hashem. Because since the emes is Hashem, when you speak Dibura emes, Hashem shines to you. When Hashem shines to you, He saves you. Because Hashem, Oiri, Yishi, immediately. The minute Hashem is Oiri, the minute you say Dibura emes, the emes is over there, and the main emphasis should be, you should speak Dibura emes according to your madrega. If you were in a higher madrega, you would see that what you said before is 90% false. Okay? And to be honest, but it doesn't matter. You're supposed to say Dibura emes according to your matzav. And when you say Dibura emes according to Hashem, you capture the light of Hashem. You're zecha to Ora Emunah. And we explained this many, many times, that this is Vaya Ora Levana ke Ora Chama. That what's the pshat that the Levana is like Ora Chama? The Rebbe says in Torah Aleph, that now, when you're looking at the Zechel, and you bring Nun, you bring Emunah, you bring this, you're Zechel to Or Levana ke Or Chama. But you see, the Levana doesn't shine like this, but you, in your Madrega, where you are holding, it shines to you the way it should shine to you, according to your faculties, because it leads you, it's exactly the amount that you need to lead you towards Hashem. And the way this is done, the first thing that you need to do, is you need to admit the truth. You know, in the big war expert, theoretician, Clausewitz, he was the 19th century German war, whatever it is. He's like a modern war. The modern war is based basically on the Clausewitz's principles of war. Okay, and he says the estimate of the situation always has to be based on facts. Not on what you think the facts are, not what you want the facts to be or you wish the facts to be, but what they really are. Everything has to first of all begin with the emes of what things are, where it is. Emes means accepting yourself the way you are now, because that's the only way you are. So much of our life and so much of our potential is being wasted because we spend so much of our days lamenting why we're not what we think we should have been. It's not an easy thing. I mean, I'm saying something like, "Whoa, that sounds like so wise." Okay, now I know. It doesn't help. It doesn't bring you there. But saying it again and again and again, another drop and another drop and another drop, and little by little you become more emistic and more emistic and more emistic, and this builds emunah. Is a keli for the emunah, because the truth is that Rav Nosson says in Likutei Moharan that the emes rests on emunah. You have because if it doesn't rest on emunah, you can be a scientist and measure things, to kingdom come, but it doesn't mean diddly. It's not emes. Emes is only when it connects to emunah. It's connected to emunah, then it is real emes. Because you can't know everything. It has to be based on a basic assumption of things that you cannot comprehend. I mean, you cannot even live your life and you're saying, when is the bus coming? The bus is coming in 5 minutes. Why? Because A, you know the schedule, and B, you believe that the bus didn't have, an accident or a puncture or whatever it is, and it's not stuck in traffic. So when you say the emes is the truth, it's combined of emes and emunah together. Things that you know and things that you believe all the time. So Rav Nosson says that the emes rests on emunah. But emunah also has to be only the emes. You have to believe in the emes, not believe in shtuyot. So the emunah is rest on the emes. Yeah, but what does the emes rest on? It rests on emunah, right? And the emunah, it has to rest on emes. So he says, so emes is rest on emunah, and emunah is on emes. So where do you come? So how do you come to believe? So Rav Nosson says, mina svara. You start from the svara. What Shira Be'enav says over here, you look from afar. Shekach rawi lami. It doesn't make sense that this world created itself and the whole thing, that an infinite amount of monkeys sitting with infinite numbers of typewriters will write War and Peace. It does not. It won't happen. It simply won't happen. Even if you're a mathematician, it says that in math it works. Beseda, in math it works. With monkeys it doesn't work. Okay, so it says Var, and the raya and the proof. Don't worry about the phone. And the proof that you cannot be zocher to emunah unless you're going through truth. And justice would be the belt of his loins, of his hips. And the emunah was, his loincloth. It's difficult. Hainu tzedek, hainu emunah, because tzedek, both tzedek and emunah are the nicknames of the spheres of Malchus. So why does the pasuk repeats itself, tzedek and emunah, twice the same thing? And as it says, emunah siskarias. What is it called, emunah? Kaychaber ba'emes. The spheres of Malchus, which is the last sphere, is called emunah when it's connected to the midah of emes. The emes is Zeir Anpin. That's the higher bechina. It contains all the 6 spheres of Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, Malchus. Then the Malchus just lets go and shines to everybody. Those that deserve it, those that not deserve it. But with the Malchus is without the emes, it's called tzedek, called justice. Justice is din, is judgment.
Malchus without
only
the emes?
Without the emes is tzedek. It gives only to those who deserve. Those who deserve don't get. But when it connects to the emes, it's mashpia to both who deserve, those who don't deserve. So we see here that the emes is transformed.
Yeah.
You know, he transforms the Midas HaMalchus and makes it into Emunah. Am Yisrael also, they're called Malchus, because they reveal the Malchus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. When? When they are Zoichet to Emes. So this is the thing that gets them the Emunah. So you can see that the person should be Zoichet to Emunah. First of all, he has to be Zoichet to the Midah of Emes. Up to now for today, to be continued in Hashem tomorrow.